So six man also in that. So you talked about me yelling. It's one of those things where it's like it's so fun, but also I'm like, dude, I feel like I've such little control of this game, like such
Mm,
little, you know. Because as a back row player, I'm like, dude, like there's certain plays where I want to be like, because it's crazy jungle ball.
yeah.
Guys sometimes are the most sober, and second day they're the most sober, I should say. And then also they haven't played in a while, and then you're playing from the deepest sand of the world. On top of that, you've been playing for 2 days straight, like, and
Yeah.
it's jungle ball, and you're footing. So
Yeah.
like certain plays, you're like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like, but like I move my errors too. But then as a backup player, it doesn't get to like do anything. It's like playing libero, but like twice as worse in terms of lack of
Control.
impact. You
Right.
know, control. And with that one to the line at all times, I'm like, dude, freaking, I'm like, I want, you know. But it's so I remember we were down and I dug a ball. I was pat myself on the shoulder. It was a solid dig. It was a solid dig, and then I remember we got the point and it changed our momentum around.
Yeah.
And then I started chirping. I'm not a chirper usually. Um, only when I feel a team needs it or whatever. And then kind of just came out and then I screamed and I was pretty lit. Not gonna lie, I was pretty fired up after that.
I guess going back to like you not chirping or like feeling lack of control as a libero in general, like what? Because the whole idea for me with this whole thing is like, how do we get kids to kind of understand the game a little bit more in depth, right? So I guess
Sure.
what would your advice be on, I guess, liberos or people who feel like they don't have as much control during the game to either make an impact, whether that's getting good touches or like you being the Energizer Bunny for a lot of the time.
I think it's easy. I think anyone can yell. I think it's a skill about someone who can bring someone up, right? So for me, we had a right side last year. So I was Xander Kaczynski. He's one of the Canadian national team opposites. Animal, just an absolute animal. And I know for him, I knew I was like, okay, I can't occasionally. I'll tell you a story about when I got on him one time. But usually I'm like, I'm just gonna hype this guy up because this guy's just a physical specimen. And I know in the past I'm just getting in his head about stuff or whatever. I'm like, no matter what this guy's doing, I'm gonna because he was our horse, like one of our horse. Like this guy, like feed this guy. Like I'm talking like 6'10", just shredded, just like big vertical, huge crazy arm. Just he's like a guy that one time I freaking love this guy. One time I remember last year, 2 years ago, I was playing with him, and he has some David Goggins.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, who's gonna carry the boots? Like, you ever seen that video?
And the logs, yeah.
This guy was dead ass screaming in a huge international match. Didn't kill. Was like, who's gonna carry the boots? I don't get like usually people say this, but he is dead serious.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who's? And so for mine, I'm like, I know, I gotta hype this guy up constantly,
Yeah.
consistently. Never like he can make error, but oh, don't worry. But I'm like, oh, gonna kill. I'm like, oh my god, you're so amazing, bro. Oh, I'm like, oh, they're not touching you, bro. Not today. Like hype this guy up as much as possible. Other guys gonna be a little harsher on him.
Yeah.
I can be like, hey, like, so finding that versatility. First of all, handle you, like you said, you need to handle your stuff. Like in order to get respect from the team,
Yeah.
you need to be able to handle your stuff.
Yep.
If I'm just over here shanking free balls and shanking digs and passes, I'm like, guys, come on, get it better. You know, they should slap me in the face for saying anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So handle your stuff, and then on top of that, realize what each guy needs. You know, I say, okay, this guy needs a little more support. This guy, like, what does the team need? And then I think that's for me where I kind of find my strength in my leadership style, and
Yeah.
and making sure everyone's here. Because my team right now, actually, we're kind of in the midst of finding ourselves and finding that rhythm. And I jumped clubs after 3 years of being in Germany. In like the same environment, same coaching style, amazing teammates, amazing people. And I had that amazing teammates here, but we're kind of figuring it out. There's a lot of different, much more dichotomy and like age and stuff and like and whatnot. So like an experience and nationality. I mean, we had like 10 nationalities on the floor at one time. Like it's crazy. All right, you can't have 10 on the floor at one time. You know what I'm saying? No, on the team.
Yeah.
But so it's like this constant game and everyone's trying to handle their stuff at the beginning of the season, you know. I'm trying to figure out like my role right now at times too, because I'm not close to being the oldest one or like the most experienced at times. So it's like, okay, like what? Anyways, I digress. There's just kind of different teams gonna need different stuff from you. So
Yeah.
I think for you as libero, handle your stuff and bring comfort to others through what you see they need.